All right, hello everyone. So today we're going to do something a little bit more fun. We're going to do something called the 100 Moves game. As something I used to do with one of my friends a long time ago. It's just a great way to work on your opening and early middle game. Thought it could be fun to play random other people and do this. So we just play until we reach 100 moves. Then we'll check with AI who's winning. And then we will discuss how we could have played differently. Unless I'm winning, then I'm just going to tell him that he sucks, right? Anyway, so I'm playing Brandon right now. ContrabandGo. All right. R16. I'm pretty sure he's already lost this game. Yeah, shouldn't have done that. Anyway, I think for now I'm just going to play my normal moves. But we'll see if he wants to make it a little more challenging by doing a cross opening. It'll be harder to know for sure who's winning. Okay, he's just going to keep it simple. Yeah, I'm just going to as well. One of the easier things to do for this style of opening is just approach high here. It sort of just breaks up the entire side and you don't really have to worry about it. So that is what I could do. And the other option is approaching low. Approaching low means it's much easier for them to pincer. Brandon doesn't usually like to pincer, but it is much easier for them to do. So yeah, let's just do the low approach actually. Let's see if he wants to pincer or not. It doesn't really matter too much. Luckily on KGS, it does have the move number at the top of the screen. So we're at move 6 right now. We just have to make sure to stop at move 100. That'll be the hard part here. So what I always like to do here is I like to take an enclosure in the top left when they approach me on the bottom left here. So I could do the large knight. That does allow him to attach here later or attach on top later. I could also just do this one space high, which I also do like. I'm not sure which one I think is actually better though, but we'll keep it simple for now. No matter how he responds on either of these other sides, I'm fine with the response. One of the goals as white, or something that I like to do as white, is I like to break up the board a bit. And so that's why I sort of like this opposing 3-4 opening, because it just feels like I'm able to break up the board in a good way. And it also counters my opponent, whatever plan that they had originally. If they wanted to build some sort of framework, or if they wanted to go into a specific opening, most of those are planned around 4-4 points, or 1-4-4 and 1-3-4. So they usually don't have a specific plan for this. So he's pressing me down here. I could press him down as well. We could both do this if we really want to. I'm fine with not worrying about it and just pushing here. The only thing that I'm unsure of is if I want to jump or just slide. I think if he backs off here, then would I want the slide or would I want the jump? If I slide, he's able to push me down, but I can push at least one time. And you can't really make too many points here. Seems a little difficult. So I think I will actually slide. The slide is going to prevent him from being able to attach at C3 later. Well, not prevent, but there's no cutting points in my shape when he attaches at C3 later. He doesn't even want to respond in the bottom right here. Okay. If I play over the top, he's able to take the left side of the board. So I would much rather have him take the top side. So I'm just going to back off here, because I don't want him to easily make the bottom left alive. So we'll just Atari. We'll play the basic Joseki. We don't need to play it in any other order here. Just going to push and capture. And it's still slightly awkward on the top. He does want to play another move. He might not have to right away, but it kind of feels like he should. This is why I like to do 100 moves, though, because we're at move 22 right now, and all we've done is play Joseki. Oh, he's going to jump now. That's interesting. Yeah, all we've done so far is play Joseki. So it doesn't like we're going to get to move like 30 or 40 with just Joseki moves, and that's what makes it slightly weird. So I could press him down now, and then take an extension along the top, And I could also attach to him the way he attached to me. That could be fun. That could be fun. There's a problem with ladders over here, right? So we probably don't want to do that for now. What I think could be nice is just press him down. Something he could consider doing here is actually the kick instead of the push. Kicking could be a good way to try to just live locally real quick. Oh, he's just going to keep pushing. Yeah, I'll extend one more time. Things to think about here. If I turn here, he just lives in the corner really easily. So it's not really that good to just turn. He's wanting to build. And he does have a bit of a moyo going on here. And it seems like if I do attach on this side, I probably don't have the ladder going in any of these directions as well. So if there's an attach and I Hani on the inside, he Ataris and captures. Usually you'd want to switch sides and do something there, but it seems a little bit like it doesn't really work too well. I could still attach on here. Use this one, and I just extend instead. But I don't know if I like that type of variation. Maybe because I have this wall, the easiest thing would just be to invade directly on one of the sides here, or to even shoulder hit here. Hard to say. If I do this one, he comes over the top. I am able to potentially slide under very easily, but he's able to sort of build this top area pretty easily. So I think it might be interesting to maybe shoulder hit this area instead. So I shoulder hit on this side, pushes me up, and I jump. I am able to come out really quickly. That could be good enough, because there is still some Aji on this side. So yeah, let's shoulder hit here instead. Any of these shoulder hits seemed like the right type of interesting idea. The goal here is just to break this area up, not to do anything extra here. If he allows me to, then maybe there can be an attack on his upper left group, but that's not the focus here. Focus is just sort of breaking up the top side in general. Oh, he's just not worrying about this at all. Okay. So the only thing I don't like about coming in low here, even though that's the better invasion point, is that if he just covers from the top, I need to be able to do something with that, right? So if he covers from the top, where he's just sort of separating me, whereas if I approach a little bit higher, it becomes more difficult to do so, and I can treat these two stones as very light. The other option is, of course, to attach in the corner and just not worry about these stones as well. I think that could be fine to just test out what's going to happen here on the side. Since I can't find a good one move, I want to try to borrow some strength and try to figure it out after that. Let's get a little bit of water here. It's kind of early in the morning. Not too early, but no coffee or anything yet. Just need some water. So even if he separates these two stones, they are light, so I don't mind extending here. And getting the Hani in the corner to try to live. Because what I'm exchanging here is these light stones that may or may not be able to be attacked for the corner points and the side points. I can't Hane. I probably have to just keep extending. If I extend once and he just sort of surrounds me loosely, then I can push into the corner and slide underneath. If I extend and he pushes, then I'm probably also still fine with pushing into the corner now. If I push in the corner now, though, and he Hanes, it feels a little bit annoying. The other possibility is to jump here, but I think that leaves a lot of cutting points. But I think it's probably fine overall. I think either move should be fine. So I'm going to extend here because the turn would be very strong. Because I'm fine with giving these stones up if I get to attack this stone. So I'm just going to extend once at least. And I can probably do it again, honestly. Because the turn would be very nice again. Or at least the knight's move to cut him off. So I think I'm fine with that. And I don't really want him to double Hane either. So I'm just going to extend one more time. Okay. Now I'm going to push into the corner to try and live, because I think that's the bigger area to push into. If he blocks on this side, I can Hane in the corner. We'll just be alive in the corner here. I think that's good enough. There is still a clamp here, which is nice, so the top side is not going to be a lot of territory just on the side here. The reason why I wanted these 4 pushes is so that he can't Hane and double Hane or do anything special like that. That'd be like a Hane here at a S12. It's not going to be a... Like, I'll probably still respond to just the one Hane, but he doesn't have any extra forcing moves there after that. It's an interesting move. The only group that I really have to worry about here is this one. I don't really have to worry too much about it. Yeah, so we're at move 50 now. We're halfway through. And see, most of this has just been Joseki or corner sequences. So now we're getting on to the harder part. I don't really want to give him this upper side too easily. I really kind of want this turn for some reason. I'm not even exactly sure why. But the other thing I kind of wouldn't mind doing is attacking these 3 stones in some way. But I just don't know how to do it in a strong way. I wouldn't mind doing something like this, I think. If he tries to reduce here, I'm focused on this attack, right? Then the other option is to do something like this, but I don't really want to give him the move there first. So let's not worry about the top side at all, and just focus a little bit more on the left side group. Going to jump here. It's interesting. Now I want to probably focus on this group a little bit. Yeah, it was tempting to jump to turn here. It did make me stronger, but I wasn't sure about too much other than that. That was why I didn't really want to do it. But now I think I want to defend this and defend the corner. So I think what I want to do with the corner is actually just kick here, because I want to try to make this a little bit heavier. Yes, he can Hane in the corner. But there's still this nice clamp here. That's interesting that he wants to do that too. And then I don't mind just leaving this one. Because what I want to do is I want to focus on the center on this side. So I wouldn't mind just playing out towards the center of this direction in general and see if he wants to surround that. I probably don't want to play too far. But for now, I guess this jump could also work too. Jumping towards his weak group. I think either sort of thing is fine. I think maybe this jump first, and then I'll be able to jump towards this middle without having to worry as much. He's invading on the side. That feels a little bit weird. This the question is, how would I want to attack this? If I clamp here, he goes over the top, then I can do the Atari and extend, and my group is fine now, right? If I do this one, and he connects, I can go down, and then like a knight's move. If I just peep, he connects, I extend up, or I jump up, because I want to connect as quickly as possible. He's still able to come underneath a little bit, but that looks like it might also be fine. I guess maybe he can clamp. So I think the easiest move for me to see either the peep and extend here, or just the clamp? I think the clamp seems like potentially safer shape. That's interesting. Because now it just looks like we can jump out and he has a weak group here. So let's just jump. And now we're going to be breaking up the top side and threatening this stone as well. Okay. So we want to be a little bit careful coming out towards the center. I think right now is a good time to come back and try to connect or to fight back a little bit here. It's hard to fight back in a super strong way because he can push through here. So I think the easier move would be this one first. Threatening to connect up on both sides. His group is more strong now. I don't want to have two weak groups on the board. Interesting. Now that I have a back door, I am perfectly fine with jumping this way to threaten this stone here. And coming into the right side. Okay. So now all I have to do is manage this group. I can come back here and capture this, which would be very large. But if he has to connect up and I just connect underneath, I think that's perfectly fine. So now all we have to do is just manage this side here. And I think what I want to do here is play a nice reduction move as well. So if I connect and he jumps, looks like I could clamp here. If he extends, then it looks like I can just pull back. So I think I can connect. Okay. So it looks like we can sort of threaten each other. If I do this one and he connects, then I'm surrounding him first. If he bumps, I go up here and he has to protect again, and then I'm again surrounding him first, potentially. Then the other option is to potentially not worry about that one particular stone and try to play something like this. Force him to run through that area, so I reduce it anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then there's still a cutting point in his shape on this side here. All right. Well, I ended up going through that really quickly and not talking for some reason. But basically, this is exactly what I was saying would probably happen. I just push through here, and we make ourselves strong. We attach here to make that work as well. And now it seems like there is the ability to potentially attack this group again. So I want to cut here. And now we are at 100 moves. Anyway, I got a little distracted there at the end. All right, so let's check this. Let's check this with AI. All right, so I'm going to save this one. So at the end of the game here, Brandon, ContrabandGo had to resign. The score, it says that, Go actually says that I am 17 points ahead at this point and that I played really well. So I'm very happy about that. I was feeling that the game was pretty good for me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the game is completely won yet. So we're going to get Brandon to come in here and talk about the game. Okay. So you want to start the review then?
Yeah, sure.
Right, you were starting.
You can do it.
You want me to do it instead?
Yeah,
That was traditionally the loser did it, right?
Yes, and that's why you're doing it.
All right, all
I
right.
would have caught back and won. My strength
Uh-huh.
is in move 100 to the end.
No, I'm pretty sure. Actually, you know what? It's not necessarily wrong.
Mm,
Yeah, so we'll start at the opening here. I think the opening it doesn't really matter. Like there's maybe we should just go to the first bump down on this KGS graph. It was this
mm.
move. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
I don't think that counts as a mistake.
Yeah, the first KGS
Yeah.
is wrong. KGS is wrong. I think none of the moves up till now have really been a mistake. I
Mm.
think maybe it's a little bit easier for me to invade the top side and try to attack you technically, but I think it's still
Well,
hard to do.
that was my point. Is I wanted you to,
Yeah, yeah,
because like I don't like playing like K16 or L16 because it feels like I'm not really making that many points. There's still invasions. So I
yeah.
was like, I'm just gonna make the area as big as possible, and then if you're stupid, you'll jump in.
Maybe, maybe. I guess. Yeah, I don't really want to play any move over there. What I was thinking is maybe you'd want to just go somewhere else on the board, but I guess you probably do want at least one move there, huh?
Yeah, because I was thinking if you played J17 or something, and I don't have F14,
Yeah, it just
then
seems like
I
it's
can't. I'm just I'm forced to run.
yeah,
But
and
if I
now
have a move there and you did the same, I could attack.
it's one move behind now, so it's a little different, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's why I'm fine with this idea. I think KGS is just silly,
Mhm.
but I think let me see here. Oh, this is yeah the KGS AI. I think I should just turn that off probably too, but it wants you to
Yeah.
wedge right away instead of clamp.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference.
I think it
I'm
actually it
assuming it.
if you
uh,
wedge and I
Yeah.
don't respond, then you have a better follow up.
I think so. I think it's mostly about Q10 can't get cut off as easily, and then your group is still kind of heavy, and I didn't really have any potential there anyway. So maybe it's
Mm.
just saying
Well,
I have
I
more
think,
potential on the right side than the top side.
and I think when you clamp here, I don't need to respond at all, right? Like this
Mhm.
there's no need for me to do anything, and that's why I just attached here and tried to figure something out because I couldn't find a
Mhm.
move that I actually liked locally, so I figured attach is good enough. But
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think at least according to AI graph, like it's still like even all the way up until like the left side. So
yeah, I think that's where we have to
I think
focus.
anything here is okay.
Yeah, it just wants yeah something here. It wanted you to take the corner, I guess, on the KGS one, but I don't know what the Katago would say, but.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep you separated, and I didn't care too much about the points because I assumed you would have to go back and live anyway, and I'd get Sente. So
Yeah, well, I
um,
think the problem is that all of these moves are you kind of have to respond to each time I extend here. This is the
mhm.
only part I wasn't sure about is if I wanted to take the corner now or if I wanted to just do the side. I couldn't tell which one I liked more. I think the side I like more now that I took the
why
corner.
not why not just push?
Well, if I push here, it's just taking the side. Either one is taking the side, right? So
But here, I feel like I have to respond and connect anyway. And then if
yeah,
you
but I
jump
still have to play
out,
another move, right?
yeah. But this
That's
feels a lot better for you than the game.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I said that I think the side might be better than pushing the corner.
Mhm. Yeah, because when you played in the corner, I thought that was just a mistake. Like I don't
Well,
think AI thought it was too big of a difference, but me playing R11, I thought that was just huge.
yeah, I think R11 is nice, but I don't really feel like it influences the outside as much as I thought I thought it might.
Mhm.
Like I always have something here, and there's not really a Sente move against the corner. That's why I
Mhm.
felt like it was okay.
Mhm.
So it doesn't really like the strength of my group is still the same. I think on the outside.
Yeah, like I don't think I can ever really do a big attack. Like I think you let
Yeah,
me attack it more than you should have.
yeah, probably.
But I thought just playing the push and then jumping out, like
Yeah,
I thought this was
I think this is
like
much easier.
I would feel behind here for sure.
But yeah, the only thing I wasn't liking is that you have a very large middle area that I'll have to do something with
Mhm.
eventually.
And that's kind of what I was saying, and at least when I was playing was this is an easier game for white
Mm.
because like you have all your territory,
Yeah.
and I don't have that much territory, but I have a lot of potential. But if I can't take that potential, then I'm probably behind.
Yeah,
And
to me it
and
felt
I think
like
AI
hmm?
and I think AI doesn't really like influence that much.
No, it doesn't
So
really,
I
no.
feel like it's automatically going to judge AI influence is worse. So that's why I feel like playing against a human, even though it said I was like 12 or whatever, 15 points behind, I feel like it wasn't that much if I'm not playing an AI.
Well, the reason why I didn't necessarily want something like this, I thought you would potentially come back to this side, and like it looks like you can build from both sides now, right? Like I have to try to cut you from this side, and I have to try to reduce from this side, and neither way is making me points. It's just reducing.
I was kind of thinking like M15 is just good for white.
I didn't. I don't. I like
So
if I do M15 now, it's like now I just have to make sure I live with that group, right?
yeah, but it doesn't seem that hard to live. And if I kind of just back off and defend with like M17, it
Just
just
backing off.
you jump out like K15, and then I have a weakness on the left side. And if I connect under, you jump out, and I feel like that's just too easy for white.
I feel like you just jump towards the center, right? You attack me.
Maybe, but I feel like you can still jump out, and then the left side still has a weakness. So I feel like eventually, like that being weak is going to cause it where I get in trouble, and then I just won't be able to kill you.
Well, I feel like
And
if I'm running out with a weak group right now, your left side's not going to be weak, right?
yes, but depending on the direction I push you, eventually it will get weak if I don't like kill or connect while attacking.
That's what I mean. Like you're in control of the flow of the game right now, right? So
Mhm.
that's why I
But
didn't want to do that sort of thing.
but there's you get to choose where to run out.
Oh, so your goal is to push me in the direction that you want me to go, right?
Yeah, but I think it's hard for
It is hard to do. I'm not saying it's easy.
yeah, yeah.
Just saying that you're in control of the game technically in that regard, in that game, the flow of the game at least here. I know you don't believe in that, right?
No, it's a myth.
Yeah, I thought this was just too small. This is where I thought like like it just felt like I can let you have a lot of these points. It doesn't really matter as long as I can get something on the left side first.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought this was going to be the blue move. Um, and I'm not. I think at least when I saw the AI, it said that this was a like a negative 0.2 move.
Okay, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, so it's and then almost anything I could play was around that. In fact, I think the blue move was actually L14. So I was only one off.
I was trying to get a little bit more. Okay,
Yeah.
a
But I was
14. Interesting.
thinking but I was thinking I wanted to play where I could connect under or cut. So I was thinking it was more safe for points, but I guess I should just go for everything.
Well, I think as a human that this feels like a really slow move unless you know you're winning, right?
Yeah.
So if you do
I
think you're winning, I think this is fine.
I feel like even if losing, I would still play this move.
I would say like if you know if you know that the variation you're worried about is me coming this direction,
Mhm.
then it's also possible to have go back to this thing to maybe even try to head it off on the other side by coming to this side to sort of strengthen that group, right? If you don't have to worry about
Mhm.
that group, you don't have to worry about me running out as much. Or maybe even coming from like trying to close it off in some way. You know what I mean? I don't like any of these moves, but
Maybe.
something like
I
that.
was gonna say that's not my style.
Yeah, it's not. Maybe even
Yeah.
might be a little bit closer. Just try to capture the top side.
Here I just feel like if nothing happens, like if J13 is there
No, we're right there,
and
J13. There we go. Yeah, that one down here.
and
One of these
or
moves down here.
yeah,
There we go.
those moves. So if you still reduce and live, I feel like J13 is a pass.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, that's why I have
with
a hard time with these
M15,
types of moves too.
but with M15, I can see like immediate profit. Like even if you live or take half, I at least get like the points at the top.
But I feel like you get the
So
point at the top anyway, right?
Well, not as much if you can use the forcing moves to live in the center and make
Mhm.
Sabaki. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
proud of
hard.
M15.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's nothing necessarily like wrong with the move itself. I just feel like it's a little slow right now. I feel like I want to wait a little bit longer before I played it.
Mhm.
But I guess it's hard to tell when I would
Yeah.
go back and play it too, right? So
Mhm.
like maybe
But
if you
it's
did go to
also,
the
like I
side,
said,
I'd probably do it right away. Maybe who knows?
and of course I didn't know this at the time, but I think AI still says the game is even here. So I think it's just the left side. At least
Well,
most of the
on
game, I thought the left side was just uninteresting. Like it
I
felt
think
very low value.
right now the AI thinks it's good for white already.
Well, at least on my AI, it's saying white's winning by 2, but to me, 2 points is even.
Yeah, I just say it says it likes white already. So I don't know the points right now because I'm not looking at the Galaxy. I'm just looking at the graph on KGS, and it's just saying that
Mhm.
yeah, it's really good for white right now. But yeah, I
Well,
think
with Cages, it's hard because the graph, even if it looks bad, that it could be 2 points.
yeah, it could be. That's why it's hard to say. I think the
Yeah.
mistake was a little bit later, probably the actual mistake,
Um,
if there
at
is really
least
one.
according to the graph, it's this area I didn't handle. So I played the pincer. That's when it started saying I started losing.
Yeah, I
So up to
think.
here it's even, and then this was the mistake. It wanted me to defend, but I was thinking defending wasn't good enough.
Well, I thought when you played this, I think in my recording, you'll hear me say, "Is this a mistake?"
Hmm.
Seems bad because
Yeah.
this felt like first of all, you do have a weak group, but even without thinking of the weak group, that's just a small area, and my group is strong on
Mhm.
the other side.
So I was thinking, depending on how you defended, I could grow the center.
Hmm.
And if you can't kill my lower left group, then I felt like I should be winning.
But it feels like if you have to run out
But
with your lower left group, you're not going to get the center, right?
mhm. But it was kind of like just a probe to see what you would do.
Yeah, yeah. I just went straight for your group,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I was a little bit surprised by this because like it feels really easy for me now.
Mhm.
And then this peep, it's sad because you kind of still owe one more move,
Mhm.
so it feels yeah, it feels bad because I have the clamp if you don't peep, and then if you do peep, as you saw in the game, you did the knight's move, then I can still just
Mhm.
jump back and I can connect on both sides.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah. Here,
still,
like this
yeah,
was all that I expected, and I was happy with this because I was thinking I get more in the center, and didn't care if the 11 died. So like to me, that was like a probe to see what you do.
yeah,
Um,
D11 dying is fine because like I think even near at the end of the game, it never when I saw the AI thinking about the next move when I cut at the end, it didn't even consider
mhm.
capturing the stone. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, so it seems
it's
good
small because
because I can connect on either side. I don't need to worry about the couple of extra points I get from capturing. But yeah, it just feels like you are getting a little bit more here, but you've already
but I
or reduced a little bit.
yeah, I just kind of think I think this is where like AI can reduce this super easy. So I think according to AI, this is probably way better for white,
Well, yeah,
but I feel like for humans, I think this is still even.
I think this after this, I think the game seems difficult.
Mm, maybe I thought this was to me. I thought you were being desperate here.
No, this seems good enough because like as you saw in the game, when you jump here, I don't need to save that stone. It's just like your move,
Mhm.
right? It's just like your move on the left
Yeah.
side. I can give that up, and you have to respond to these moves because if I cover, I can still capture your stones.
Mhm.
So yeah, I can just push in, and you do capture some here, but you don't really get that many points out of it.
Mhm. Yeah, here I think I probably would have fought back, and I would try to play something like K4 or L4, and then try and connect while surrounding, and just see
Yeah,
what I get.
yeah, which is
'Cause like
why
I said, I still feel like you can make lots of mistakes here.
yeah, which is why I came back here first
Mhm.
because then did you extend down? Yeah, yeah. Because then at least I have some eye shape here.
Mhm.
And then let's just throw a random move over here. No matter what you're doing here to the side, you have to prevent me from connecting up on this side.
Mhm.
And then at the very least, I'm very likely alive pretty easily in the center.
Mhm.
So it felt like it was fine for me overall. I don't know this cut here. There you go. And then I cut here just because I wanted to.
Mhm.
Felt like if you have a weak group, if you have to force yourself to live with that group, then it should be fine because I'll be able to live
Yeah.
with my group.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I would have cut. Like I was saying, you were gonna cut there, and then you played it, and then I was like, for sure, a bad move then.
Yeah, because I wasn't exactly sure how it would go, but I know you're gonna die,
Mhm.
so it's fine.
Mhm. It's okay. AI would live. So.
Yeah, AI would live, so it's good enough.
That was actually my reasoning for playing the push and then L2 was I would probably die here, but AI would live.
Oh yeah.
So I can just leave that group alone because AI would be fine with it.
No, I think you can live. I mean, even just this Atari, you're already getting close to living,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I didn't feel like it should die, but I'm saying that I could die.
Yeah, yeah. You should be fine locally. I just wanted some forcing moves on the outside.
Mm.
That was something that learning from watching all the aggressive people play all the time. Just cut, and then you'll be able to live somehow. It's easy.
Mhm. Yep, every time.
I still haven't figured it out completely, but I understand the idea.
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah, it's I don't know. I would have won.
yeah, so I think, but I do think this was probably just
Yeah,
the actual mistake.
that's when it started going down. It wasn't just this one. It was pretty much every move after. It
Hmm.
just it was losing points. So like even with the clamp, I think it didn't like my Hane and the sacrifice. It wanted me to connect at B5.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It wanted
but
you
I was
to
thinking of it
sort of
as
thing.
you were too weak, but I'm probably weaker.
Yeah, and I
But to
wasn't
me,
sure if
like
I
this
wanted
looks
to.
worse.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to jump or just peep it directly or whatever. Like I wasn't sure
Mhm.
exactly, but I knew that you should be weak here, so
Mhm.
I'm not going to have any problems, and I'm going to be able to reduce the center. So that's why I
Mhm.
would have been fine with this sort of thing too. But yeah, I do think
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think that this. First of all, if you just play this one, I probably don't want to come back, right? So
Mhm.
I'm probably
Yeah, I
just
think this was
reducing the
pretty.
center.
I think AI was saying anything here was
Yeah,
fine as long as I
any
just
move.
defend. But yeah, I was trying to get a little bit extra because I did feel like you were ahead on points, and then I had to do something in
Something,
the
yeah.
center, and so I was trying to get a little bit more. But
Yeah, so I feel like the thing that I should have done better was definitely the right side here. I should have just kept extending,
mm,
and I think that would have been a little bit easier for me overall because I wouldn't have had to worry about any groups at all in the game.
mhm.
And then, yeah, just this move for you probably.
Which I guess I don't think it was the move; it was just the thought.
The idea, right? The
The
idea.
judgment was wrong. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, when I say
But like I
moves, most of
said,
the time I'm not really talking about the specific move because it's usually
mhm.
the moves are usually associated with the idea behind them.
Should try to be more specific then. But yeah, like I said, my early middle game is always bad.
Yeah, which is why we wanted to do this too. It's one reason.
Yeah,
Can work on that.
I'll improve it, and then you'll never have a chance to beat
I'll
me.
never have a chance. I'll never have a chance. That might even be true. That actually might
But
even be
once,
true.
yeah, once I fix my early middle game, you're lost. Like you might as well quit Go.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little surprised about what you said with for the AI progress report though.
Mhm.
I didn't think that I was actually doing that well. But I was trying to play
Yeah,
just basic moves.
that's all you do. You don't do anything,
Yeah, and it works. AI loves
and
that.
AI likes it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it loves not doing anything.
yeah.
I'm not even sure when you could have fought back either. That's the problem I had with this too.
Mhm.
Because if there was a way for you to fight back on the left side, I think it would have been fine.
Mhm. I think I was thinking the peep instead of the peep. I was thinking attach under might have been better.
Just this right now,
Mhm.
and you just
I'll sacrifice more stuff. Well, I think I can play like B6 first, but I don't know. I was thinking
I think if not that.
because if I take the points away and then I still live, I think that's better for me. So I think it would have been better to try and go for points on the side than to go for the center.
I think I'd be fine with this sort of result because my goal is the center here anyway, and I wasn't
Mhm.
even planning on getting any points on the left side. So
I think this would also be better for me though,
well, depend like
but not sure.
I could technically there is technically a co here if I really wanted to try to fight back later.
Mhm.
So I guess that's the only thing, the only reason why I'd be like really
I
fine
feel
with
like
it.
I think you have more, you have less co-threats. Like I have stuff like in the upper left corner. There's some stuff
Yeah,
in
but I don't need
the right
to. I
corner.
don't have any loss from this co though, is what I mean.
Mhm.
It's a flower co, right?
Yeah.
So even if I just get one big in game move, I think that'll be fine because all you're getting is a big in game from the co.
Mhm. But I feel like it's the same. Like I think I can just respond to everything because I have more code threats. So I'm not sure if you'll even get that one big in game, but maybe.
We have to eventually Tanuki anyway, right? Because if you play a co threat that's not big enough, I kill two groups potentially.
Mm, yeah, but if it's much later in the game, like I feel like it's a code that'll be there for a very long time.
Well, I actually feel like right now you should capture, honestly.
Mhm.
So I mean,
I mean, I would have,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't feel like
So if you left
it's
it,
a loss.
I think if you left it, I think it'd be good for me. So that means like I'm fine with this because I'm getting Sente from this, and you're not damaging anything that I have
Yeah.
really,
Mhm.
and then I can just play somewhere like normal in game maybe now. Who knows?
Mhm.
Because I don't really want
Nothing
to invade the top.
seems
So
big though.
yeah.
Like it feels like there's nothing really urgent. Like so, whoever has Senta here, it doesn't seem that
Well,
important.
just I get first in game move
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, which is never matters.
And that, yeah, end game doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys are having a good day. Have fun.